Just not for our audio listeners. Mag just put up a poster of his J. Cole like artwork that he has.
Yeah, you're right, man.
But honestly, I feel like I have to show some accountability because I'm with y'all. I believe right now in the power rankings, J. Cole is one. Do I think it's heavily reliant on what he is going to do with the fall off? Very much, very, very much. But for the past 3-4 years, I think Kendrick's been the best. I think not Kendrick, Drake. Cole has been the best out of the three. I think Kendrick, him saying it himself, him being on sort of a writer's block, and him putting out an album like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which did very well commercially, and I think was pretty well received. He doesn't really like do the feature game like how Cole. He's not. I wouldn't say current is the right word, but he's just not like in the same space. Like he's not constantly doing features. He's not constantly on other people's albums like the way the other two are. Like Drake damn near drops 2 albums every year.
See, that's my thing. With Kendrick's last project, Mr. Morale, I was very excited, bro. But I don't think this was me personally. I don't think it has any playback value. I don't go back to it.
I agree with you, Meg.
It probably has 3 or 4 songs max. That I'm like, okay, I can go back and listen to that. But as like a project, and it's nowhere near a classic. I'm tired of the Kendrick fans being OD about that. No, stop.
I don't think it's a classic, but I don't think it's a flop. I think the album, 2022, one of the most commercially successful albums. It won a Grammy for damn sake, like. But
I mean, we
and I think it's a well received album. But to say it's not well received and it didn't succeed, it's just a bold-faced lie. Like,
that'll be lying. It did number. I mean, it's done. He did his numbers.
But it did his number and it did its impact. That was the best album that came out that year. It was the year after COVID.
Yeah,
I still think it's the best album that came out that year.
I don't know about all that personally.
He got awards, and yeah.
I don't know. I have high expectations for Kendrick, and personally, I don't think he lived up to them on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. For me personally, I think J. Cole, like you said,
why
for the last
didn't
3-4
he?
years, huh?
Why didn't he?
I don't know. There's just something about the album, like Max said, it just doesn't have very much replayability for me. There wasn't really a lot that he did for me on that album that made me like want to revisit it or say like, oh, this is on the same caliber as a Damn or To Pimp a Butterfly. Right. It's not. It's good. It's a solid album, and it probably was one of the better ones of that year. But I really don't put that on like any kind of Mount Rushmore for hip hop albums. If anything, like you said, J. Cole for the last 3-4 years, he has been the one who's established himself as the top dog right now. Kendrick's coming back for his crown. This verse kind of sounded like hey, J. Cole, this is kind of for you too, because I think like Kendrick's verse was more targeted for Drake. Like There were a lot more like targeted shots at Drake, but it was kind of like hey, J. Cole, you're in this too. Like there's a reason why you're on tour with Drake, because you're the top dog right now. No one's touching you lyrically. No one's touching you. But I want it. I'm coming back for that crown. That's the way I received it.
I'm not mad at them at all. I agree.
I think he's. I mean, I get where y'all coming from. I personally believe that Kendrick's still top dog. Like then he did give it up. He did give the crown up because, like he said it himself, he had writer's block. But if features is what makes, like, I feel like if what features makes J. Cole's run that great, then I feel like we got to understand the bar that was set before with how great when Kendrick was at the top of his game, when Drake was at the top of his game, actually producing great albums, because the features are cool. But if the fall off comes out to be some mid, I'm going to hop on this podcast.
Okay, hold on. But you are also a supreme J. Cole hater, because
I'm not a J. Cole hater.
In my opinion, J. Cole's got like at least 2 classic albums.
No, he does not. We just sit up here lying
Wait,
on this
wait,
podcast.
there's no 2?
No, he has
at least 2.
none.
At least
he has
2.
none.
None. Okay,
You
see,
are-
yeah,
you are
okay, yeah,
hating.
no,
You
no,
are
no.
hating.
No, I'm
He
not
said
hating.
none. All right, next. I don't want to hear it.
He has
I
none.
don't
He
wanna
has
hear that.
none. He has none.
None is
He-
crazy, bro.
He has
That's hatred.
none.
And I
He has
respect
none.
it. That's hatred.
If we do Drake and Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, I said
bro,
this last week. If
we're
if
talking
we-
about just Cole alone.
if we do
classic
Drake,
album.
Kendrick, and Cole, give me y'all's top 5 albums between the 5. Cole don't got one.
Cole cracks.
No, he doesn't.
Forest Hills
No, he
Drive
doesn't.
cracks the top 5.
Drake got 2. Drake got 2 albums better than that, maybe 3. And Kendrick for sure got 3 albums better
No,
than
hold
that.
on. So actually, I like how we haven't really brought up Drake in this because this is the way I feel about the whole situation. Drake feels like the most unequipped for this beef. Feels like the most unequipped for this because
Why do you feel that way when he's the most battle tested? He's the one that's actually battle rap people.
yes,
I
that
feel like
was
Drake is the most equipped.
7-8 years ago. With
No, it
Meek
wasn't.
Mill?
No,
With Meek Mill?
Him and Pusha.
Bro, he was not. He didn't even touch Pusha. You really
Stop
think
it.
he's
W
gonna...
Freestyle was a great diss track.
Why
I'm
didn't
not gonna
he
let y'all
respond?
do that.
Why didn't he respond?
Oh, I think he was pussy for not responding. But my thing is W Freestyle
okay, so
exists.
that's what I'm saying. That's not battle
But-
tested. He's
He
in the
is
first
battle
half of-
tested. Drake tore Common ass up. He tore Meek ass
Common.
up.
Please, come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Stop. See, y'all showing y'all lack of knowledge.
No,
Drake
no,
is the most
no.
battle tested.
It
I think we
seems
have
like
amnesia
you
here.
just
I think
pulling
we
stuff
have.
out your butt, man. Because hey,
Drake is that's
Common-
non-negotiable. Drake is the most battle tested out of the 3, by far. By
Okay,
far.
And that may be true, but that's like kind of on a technicality. Because
No, it's not on a
Kendrick-
technicality because
Yes,
Drake
it
is.
is, because who is
he's
come at
bi-
Kendrick? Kendrick dropped a whole ass verse attacking his entire class
And
of
Drake
hip-hop artists,
responded.
and no one responded to it.
Mad people responded to that. That's like a myth.
Is it Kendrick?
Yes, mad people responded to that. Mad people.
Shit. Well, not enough for him to perk his ears up and
That's
say, "Hey,
and that's different. But mad people responded. Jay Electronica tore his ass up. Drake tore his ass up. Like Cole
Okay.
been shooting at him. Like people shoot at Big Sean be shooting. Like that's a myth. That's what I'm gonna talk about with the control
Okay.
verse. I think the control verse worked. I think the
We'll
formula
get
for the
to Big
control.
Sean.
Oh, I know
We'll
Big
get to
Sean's
Big Sean because
pissed right now.
he is pissed.
I'd be pissed too about Big Sean.
I'm making
Him
music, my
stepping
dog.
on his
Worry about
release
the
like
family.
that.
You already made his money. Worry about your family, man.
No, so I was talking about how like this is gonna be the Marvel Civil War like with hip hop. We got our teams here. Team Kendrick, we got Baby Keem, we got Kodak. J. Cole's gonna have Jid.
No, Future's
and
on that side.
everything.
Future and Metro picked their side.
Oh
Those
yeah.
niggas twisted.
Well, okay. Actually, hold on. I have a theory about Metro because Metro seems like the arms dealer in all of this because he's dropping an album with Jid. J. Cole recently put out a clip where he was talking about how he was working with Metro. Metro might just be the arms dealer in all this. Like, hey, you want a beat? Here you go, buddy.
I mean, the arms dealer.
crazy.
He's moving kind of weird, man. Metro, I've been telling my homeboys this. Metro moving weird.
Metro is moving very weird because he's doing an album with Jid right after this.
No, I'm confused. Like, what is
I
this?
think y'all are forgetting. He's very much team whatever is on the other side of Drake. Like I think it's very clear. And at
Okay,
this
so
moment,
so what you're saying
him
is he
and
should
Future
team
are
up
on-
with Big Sean.
I mean, I would
Team
take
up with Big Sean.
a Big Sean, a couple like a Big Sean 4-pack with beats from Metro. Like you guys heard the beats on the newest album?
Yeah.
That proves that he hates Drake because he kept all the good beats for Future. Those beats were insane.
I was gonna tell you too, Ethan. We were talking about it on the last podcast, and you were like, "Man, it's really gonna come from like you thought the diss was gonna come from Future. You and me never even considered Kendrick as an option,
At all.
but I mentioned Metro setting up the diss because like the production on this track is just as important as what was said from Kendrick and what was said from Future, because. Man, when you heard that sample and you heard it like kind of start to speed up, I was like,
Easy sample. No, that shit was
Easy
crazy.
sample, bro. I knew we were in for some fucking bars, and that just the bass, the beat, everything on that track is perfect. And man, Metro did his thing throughout the whole album, but that song in particular, it accomplished what it needed to. And I can only imagine what it must have felt like in the studio, like as they were dropping this. Like they must have felt like Oppenheimer, like getting ready to like drop the bomb, like knowing that it was about to cause like a whole earthquake of like, whoa, pick a side, man. You're on Team Dreamville. You're on Team.
You're Cole, Kendrick, Drake. Pick a side. Pick a side.
Yeah, exactly. Pick a side. And I'm on my side, man.
Yeah, I'm just remember when y'all said this. Y'all pick. All right, I remember what side y'all picked. Don't think I forgot. Hey, Mag, I might need to call for that money to you earlier because they're not responding by the end of the weekend. I got a little too gassed last night when I FaceTimed you and said that they got to respond by the end of the weekend. They're not gonna respond. By the end of the weekend.
Look, Zelle, Apple Pay, Cash App. I'm ready, man.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. You might get $5 an air puff. We'll see. We'll see.
So here's the thing, though, because Kendrick does this at such a weird time. Drake and J. Cole are on tour. What do you think the atmosphere is like? They get off the concert stage. They get into the tour bus, kicking back, getting ready to chill for the night, and then they're like, "Hey, Metro just dropped an album. Kendrick's featured on it." He said, "What?" Like,
no.
I can only imagine how it escalated.
If it was a lot more like, I guess, disrespectful, the shots, I can very much see them responding by like an end of the weekend type thing. I don't think we're getting a response. Maybe I think Cole's supposed to do Dreamville Fest in about 2 weeks. I think we'll get Cole response then. If not, then I think we'll get something on the fall off whenever it comes, probably end of summer. Because it took Cole mentioned Kendrick on First Person Shooter 6 months ago. So it took Kendrick 6 months to respond to this. So that's about roughly the time period I expect.